Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Sunday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Busy slate today. Starting with the Cincinnati Reds versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies opening up as home favorites at -170. Cincinnati plus 155 with the over-under at 8.5. Reds coming into this matchup 3-4. The Phillies 3-5. Pitching for the Reds is Connor Overton with an ERA of 11.25. Pitching for the Phillies is Taijuan Walker with an ERA of 8.31. Overton, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Walker, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Reds on a 3-game losing streak, back-to-back losses to the Phillies, losing a close one yesterday. But yeah, Phillies kind of getting back in the groove of things here. The Reds 0-6 against Philly, 0-6 on the road against Philly. They've struggled against the Phillies here, and yeah, I think I'm going to roll with the Phillies at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Boston Red Sox versus the Detroit Tigers. Boston opening up as road favorites at -120. Detroit plus 100 with the over-under at 8.5. Boston coming into this matchup 4-4. Detroit 2-6. Pitching for the Red Sox is Cutter Crawford with an ERA of 15.75. Pitching for the Tigers is Matthew Boyd with an ERA of 4.15. Crawford, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Boyd, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Boston on a 2-game winning streak, back-to-back wins against Detroit, putting up 14 runs yesterday against Detroit. That was a big win for them. They are 7-0 against Detroit, 4-1 on the road against Detroit here. And yeah, Detroit just hasn't looked that great. And I know Crawford didn't have a great start on the mound here, but hopefully he can have a better one here. Surely he can. And I'm going to roll with the Red Sox on the road. Next matchup, we got the Oakland Athletics versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa opening up as home favorites at -300. Oakland plus 245 with the over-under at 8. Oakland coming into this matchup 2-6. Tampa 8-0. Pitching for Oakland is James Caprillion with an ERA of 9.0. Pitching for the Rays is Drew Rasmussen with an ERA of 0. Caprillion, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Rasmussen, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Oakland on a 3-game losing streak, losing 11-0 against Tampa Bay yesterday. Tampa Bay is on fire. I mean, they're 8-0. If you've been betting Tampa so far, I mean, you've been making some nice money. Really hard to fade Tampa. I'm sure they'll lose at some point for sure, but I mean, how can you trust Oakland losing 11-0 yesterday? And yeah, Tampa Bay is just playing too good right now. 5-0 at home. Rolling with the Rays in this one. Next matchup, we got the Chicago White Sox versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. White Sox opening up as road favorites at -115. Pittsburgh -105 with the over-under at 9. White Sox coming into this matchup 4-5. The Pirates 5-3. Pitching for the White Sox is Michael Kopech with an ERA of 13.50. Pitching for the Pirates is Johan Oviedo with an ERA of 7.71. Kopech, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Oviedo, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. White Sox beating Pitt 11-5 yesterday. White Sox, you know, they are just 3-7 on the road against Pittsburgh here. Yeah, Kopech didn't really look good in his first start on the mound for the White Sox here. And I think I'm going to take a shot with the Pirates plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the New York Yankees versus the Baltimore Orioles. Yankees opening up as road favorites at -150. Baltimore plus 135 with the over-under at 8. Yankees coming into this matchup 5-3. Baltimore 4-4. Pitching for the Yankees is Nestor Cortez with an ERA of 1.80. Pitching for the Orioles is Tyler Wells with an ERA of 0. Yankees beating Baltimore yesterday 4-1. Yankees, they are 12-6 against Baltimore, so they've been very good head-to-head against Baltimore here. And I do like Nestor Cortez on the mound. And yeah, I think I'm going to lean with the Yankees on the road. Next matchup, we got the Miami Marlins versus the New York Mets. Mets opening up as home favorites at -150. Miami +130 with the over-under at 8. Miami coming into this matchup 3-6. The Mets 5-4. Pitching for the Marlins is Braxton Garrett with an ERA of 6. Pitching for the Mets is Carlos Carrasco with an ERA of 11.25. Garrett, I actually don't see his last start on here. But his last 3 starts, he's given up 5 total runs. And then Carrasco, his last start this season, or his first start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 4 strikeouts. And yeah, Miami on a 2-game losing streak against the Mets. Mets so far looking pretty good in this series. And yeah, Miami just 1-6 against the Mets, where they do struggle here. And I think I'm going to roll with the Mets at home again. Next matchup, we got the Seattle Mariners versus the Cleveland Guardians. Seattle opening up as road favorites at -130. Cleveland +110 with the over-under at 8. Seattle coming into this matchup 4-5. Cleveland 5-4. Seattle. Pitching for Seattle is George Kirby with an ERA of 8.31. Pitching for the Guardians is Zach Plesac with an ERA of 54. Kirby, his first start this season, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Plesac, his first start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 6 runs, had 1 strikeout. Probably as bad as it gets for an inning for Plesac. Horrible start. Seattle on a 2-game winning streak, back-to-back wins against Cleveland. And they are 6-0 on the road against Cleveland here. And yeah, just not in love with what Plesac did, giving up all those runs early in his first start. And I think I'm going to roll with the Mariners on the road. Next matchup, we got the Houston Astros versus the Minnesota Twins. Twins opening up as home favorites at -115. Houston -105 with the over-under at 8. Houston coming into this matchup 3-6. The Twins 6-2. Pitching for the Astros is Hunter Brown with an ERA of 7.71. Pitching for the Twins is Tyler Mahle with an ERA of 1.80. Brown, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Twins is Tyler Mahle. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. Houston on a 2-game losing streak, back-to-back losses against Minnesota. They're 1-5 in their last 6. Yeah, Houston really is struggling here with, and I knew it. Missing Altuve definitely hurts the lineup, and Brantley. Yeah, I think I'm going to roll with the Twins at home in this one. All right, next matchup, we got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at -155. St. Louis +130 with the over-under at 9. Cardinals coming into this matchup 3-5. The Brewers 6-2. Cardinals, pitching for the Cardinals is Jake Woodford with an ERA of 12.46. Pitching for the Brewers is Freddie Peralta with an ERA of 0. Woodford, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Peralta, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. St. Louis did beat Milwaukee 6-0 yesterday, despite them struggling a bit. And yeah, Milwaukee was on a big winning streak up until that game. Really couldn't do nothing yesterday. But I like the Brewers to bounce back today. Love Peralta on the mound. I mean, he was phenomenal in his debut here, and I think I'm going to take the Brewers at home. Next matchup, we got the Texas Rangers versus the Chicago Cubs. Both teams in a pick'em scenario at -110 with the over-under at 8.5. Rangers coming into this matchup 4-4. The Cubs 4-3. Pitching for the Rangers is John Gray with an ERA of 2.84. Pitching for the Cubs is Jamison Tylon with an ERA of 6.75. Gray, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Tylon, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Rangers on a 2-game losing streak, back-to-back, tough losses against the Cubs, losing 10-3 yesterday as well. Cubs on a 3-game winning streak. Rangers 0-7 on the road, 1-6 on the road against the Cubs, and yeah, I think I'm going to take the Cubs at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Washington Nationals versus the Colorado Rockies. Rockies opening up as home favorites at -140. Washington +115 with the over-under at 12. Washington coming into this matchup 3-6. The Rockies also 3-6. Pitching for the Nationals is Chad Kuhl with an ERA of 7.20. Pitching for the Rockies is Ryan Feltner with an ERA of 9.64. Kuhl, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Feltner, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Washington, back-to-back wins against Colorado. Tough series because both teams aren't really looking that great. And Washington is 5-2 against Colorado here. And I think I would take a shot with the Nationals +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Kansas City Royals versus the San Francisco Giants. Giants opening up as home favorites at -160. Kansas City +135 with the over-under at 8.5. Royals coming into this matchup 3-6. The Giants 3-5. Pitching for the Royals is Chris Bubic with an ERA of 3.60. Pitching for the Giants is Anthony DeSclafani with an ERA of 0. Bubic, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. DeSclafani, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Royals, back-to-back wins against the Giants here. Yeah, they are 6-2 against San Francisco, 5-2 on the road against San Francisco here. I like the Giants to bounce back after this 2-game losing streak against the Royals. Like DeSclafani on the mound, looked phenomenal in his debut, and I think I'm going to take the Giants at home. Next matchup, we get the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Los Angeles Angels. Angels opening up as home favorites at -125. Toronto +110 with the over-under at 9.5. Toronto coming into this matchup 5-4. The Angels 5-3. Pitching for the Blue Jays is Yusei Kikuchi with an ERA of 1.80. Pitching for the Angels is Reed Detmers with an ERA of 3.86. Toronto coming off an Angels loss 9-5. Toronto is 5-1 on the road against the Angels. They've been good on the road against the Angels despite losing that game. Yeah, I mean, a tough matchup here. This one really is here. I think I would take a shot with the Blue Jays +1.5 on the road. And yeah, I'll take a shot with Toronto. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Dodgers opening up as road favorites at -135. Arizona +115 with the over-under at 9.5. Dodgers coming into this matchup 5-4. Arizona also 5-4. Pitching for the Dodgers is Michael Grove with an ERA of 6.75. Pitching for Arizona is Ryan Nelson with an ERA of 5.40. Grove, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Nelson, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Yeah, Dodgers losing to Arizona 8-12. They're on a 2-game losing streak against Arizona right now. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Dodgers not playing well, 1-4 on the road. They've actually been struggling against Arizona, and I think I'm going to take a shot with Arizona plus 1.5 at home. Just not in love with what the Dodgers have been doing these last 2 games, giving up a lot of runs to Arizona. Yeah, we'll take a shot with the Diamondbacks in this one. Then the last matchup, we got the San Diego Padres versus the Atlanta Braves. Braves opening up as home favorites at -115. Padres plus 105 with the over-under at 9. Padres coming into this matchup 5-4. The Braves 6-3. Pitching for the Padres is Seth Lugo with an ERA of 1.29. Pitching for the Braves is Dylan Dodd with an ERA of 1.80. Lugo, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. Dodd, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. Padres back-to-back wins against the Braves right now. And, yeah, they look good in these last 2 games here. After losing that first one in the series, they're 5-2 straight up against Atlanta, and yeah, both pitchers playing very well coming into this, and I think I'm gonna take a shot with the Padres plus 1.5 on the road. That's gonna be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Sunday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Monday. Have a good one.